am. But I need to get fit. So, and it's winter. Oh, top of my bun. All right. No, I'm not about to go out and commit acts of crazy. This is a weighted vest. When the weather is warmer, which it is not right now, I go for walks in my lovely little neighborhood. But when the weather gets cold, I don't like to leave the house. Good afternoon, everybody. What's up? My name's Ines. All right, Kissing Books, and I need to plot my next book. I'm a romance author. I mostly write fantasy romance, but I also write some contemporary romance. I'm not doing that today. I am plotting an epistolary novel. It's technically my third epistolary. Okay, I'm supposed to actually be walking. Hang on. Let me turn this thing on. It's actually going to be the third epistolary that I will have written. I am launching an epistolary Kickstarter in maybe February. We'll see how this goes. My goal is not to launch the epistolary, which is called Parcel of Stardust. I'm going to launch that. And that's, don't go crazy. You're just getting back on this walking pad. Let's keep it nice and conversational. And put the remote right there. Okay. I find that I am accountable when there's other people depending upon me. And so I said to myself, because I have a morning writing group. We meet every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 8 a.m. until about noon-ish, and then we break. So the book that I'm writing with them is getting done. Like I show up for them, I'm there for them. They know I'm coming. I started about 2 weeks ago. I started to come on streaming live and write another book because I was just so excited about it. I plotted this book, this Dragon Romantasy. I plotted it during NaNoWriMo, which is no longer NaNoWriMo, but I plotted it during November. I plotted it on my Substack. And I just got so excited about it. It's not even slated on my schedule for 2026, but I just got so excited about it and I wanted to write it. And so I said, well, Ines, if you get up at 7 in the morning, you have an hour, you can write this book. And I've been doing that faithfully, and I do it because you guys show up. And I show up because you guys are going to show up too. And so I've been doing that. But then there's a book that I'm supposed to be working on that I have not been working on. And because I usually work on 3 books at a time. I don't usually tell people that. I usually work on 3 books at a time. And note that I'm probably not going to be able to see all the comments because the devices are just a little too far away and I would like to not hurt myself. So this wasn't completely thought out. It was not completely thought out. Yeah, but I am going to be working on that. I'm be working on this 3rd book, which is, I usually like to work on 3 things at a time. My brain likes to work in all facets of the writing industry, of the publishing industry. So I like to be drafting one project, writing another project, and revising a 3rd. My brain is happiest when I'm doing that. I don't like to be drafting 2 things at once. It's too much. So I said, okay, well, you're not plotting anything right now, and you do need to get this next book ready. So why don't you start to plot this 3rd book? And I have not been going outside to walk, and I thought, hey, who's that guy that does the habit stacking? I'm sure someone's shouting it at me right now. But if I could put together walking and plotting at the same time, I could really have something going on here. So that's what I'm doing. I am walking the plot. And what I'm going to be plotting is the 2nd book in a romantasy epistolary series. So in the 1st book, which is not out yet, that 1st book called A Parcel of Stardust, it's currently up on Kickstarter in pre-launch. And I'm really excited about it. It's really, really good. I had to tell a story just with letters. And you didn't always get all of the information. And I had to figure out, how can I give you all of this information that you need to have and watch these two people who are not touching fall in love with each other across realms. So the hero is a Fey prince in another realm, in another galaxy. He sensed his fated mate being born, but he couldn't find her. He looked all around, all the galaxies, around his planet, and he finally found her on our planet. But it takes too long for him to travel here. But he knows that the magic bond between them is strong enough that if she just accepts the bond, it can rip the fabric of space and time, and he can pull her into his world. But she's a California girl. She's an independent woman, and she's like, what? No, I don't know. You're obviously a stalker. You're obviously a crazy person putting mail in my mailbox, because all of his information, his letters come into her mailbox magically. And so she's like, hell no. And so I had to figure out how the two of them fell in love. And they did. I made it happen. I made it work. It's beautiful. I'm having artwork made. It's gorgeous. It's called A Parcel of Stardust, if you want to check out some of it on Kickstarter. And so now a secondary love story was happening in that world. And I want to have that at least drafted by the time this Kickstarter launches, because I want to do carrot and stick. I want to offer the readers who are enjoying that, I want to offer them an opportunity to buy or to pre-order the secondary love story that is happening in that world. So I did that. I made it so that they could do. I made it so that I want to start plotting. This is going to be really interesting, trying to walk, talk, and think at the same time. Okay. The secondary love story is going to be called Sealed by Moonlight. And I need to start plotting Sealed by Moonlight. It's going to be 12 weeks of letters, just like in Parcel of Stardust. And so I'm thinking about, and I wrote a book. I wrote a nonfiction book called Page Turner Pacing. And in Page Turner Pacing, because I'm trained as a screenwriter, so what I did is in Page Turner Pacing, I broke down how to write a novel in 21 days, which is typically how long it takes me to write a novel. I'm trying to find where I have a nice picture. I don't. So that's my plotting system down there, which is the Page Turner Pacing. And there's 12 plot points in there. And so each week, I'm basically working on a plot point to get these two people to fall in love. So I'm on the first week, and this is the setup. So in the setup, the very first thing that you need to do, I'm really starting to think this is a crazy idea, because I'm starting to sweat. I'm starting to sweat, guys. This is a good thing, though. And if you are leaving me comments, hi. Yes, this is my grand idea of walking the plot. How many of us think I'm crazy? But I need to get cute, because I've just been sitting on the couch. I stand up in the morning and I write, and then from 8 to 12 I'm sitting on the couch, or I'm sitting in my office. I've been sitting on the couch because my office gets cold in the winter. So I've been sitting on my couch, and this standing treadmill has just been sitting in my I should have planned this better, but it didn't. We are in the setup. So what I tell everyone to do is to do a brain dump, and I've already done a brain dump. I already know these characters that I'm going to be working on, because I've already met both of them in the first book. So I know their quirks, I know their wants, I know their goals, I know their likes and their dislikes. So I didn't really have to do very much of a brain dump. I'm going to unpin that. I didn't have to do very much of a brain dump for these characters. What I need to do is I need to figure out their empathy. I need to figure out why you want to care about these characters. Walking the plot. I don't know if this is going to be a course. I don't know if walking the plot is going to be a course. It's just going to be time for me to get healthy. Woo! I'm almost at half a mile. What is going on? And I'm wearing the weighted vest because I'm in my 40s. And you know, For women in our 40s, they say we lose muscle mass so quickly, and I do not want to lift weights. But I'll wear weights. So I have no idea how heavy this thing is. I'm sure it's on the receipt. Anyway, I need to figure out the empathy. So in this setup, the first thing that I need to do is make you care about these characters. So this is all epistolary. So these two started writing letters when they were in elementary school. So they were pen pals to begin with. So it's going to be a very innocent kind of getting to know you. And that's how I'm going to get the empathy in there. My hero, he's a deposed prince. There was some kind of rebellion. I didn't really go into that in the first book. But there was some kind of rebellion. And I apologize if you're leaving me comments. You're too far away from me to see the comments. And if I get off of this treadmill, I might fall down. So I apologize as I just talk this plot through. I need to figure out the empathy for my heroine and my hero. I don't know. Well, obviously for my hero, it's going to be that he is considered, he's thought to be a rebel because his parents rebelled. So he's looked at as a rebel. Got that. We all love a rebel hero, especially a misunderstood hero. So that's the first thing that I need to get out. And I've already forgotten his name. What's your name? Talion is his name. He's believed to be a rebel. He's misunderstood. He's got the bad boy attitude. He's trying to win back his reputation, trying to win back the throne. And he's going to be misunderstood. My heroine, though, I know she's talented. She plays the violin. I know that about her. She is ride or die for her best friend, who is the heroine of the first book. And because I'm doing this in letters, it's not just going to be the two of them writing, and I also think that I should start it in medias res. I don't think that I should start it with, "Hi, I'm Talion, I'm your new pen pal." I think that's too boring, and I need to get through it a little bit quicker. So I want to, almost like he's responding to her last letter, or she's responding to his last letter. So it's not going to be them exchanging first letters. I need to get the rebel stuff out of there where he's feeling misunderstood and she's understanding him. But I still don't know. I think I need more empathy for her. I need a reason, like a save the cat moment. Remember, in Save the Cat. So do you guys know this, the legend of Save the Cat? When I was in film school, I remember sitting at the desk. I remember being told this. I remember the professor saying the whole Save the Cat thing happened because in a Dirty Harry movie, Dirty Harry was, he came out, bang, bang, shoot him up, shoot him up, shoot him up. He said it was the first Dirty Harry movie. Understand, this has never happened. But he said they came out, bang, bang, shoot him up, shoot him up. And the audience was horrified. They were like, this is the hero? This is who we're supposed to care about? And they were not feeling it. They were like, ew, he's awful. And so the execs were freaking out, like, nobody likes our hero. What are we going to do? And so they sent Clint Eastwood back to shoot this one scene where in the middle of the bang, bang, shoot him up, he goes to a trash can. He hears a cat meowing. He picks up the cat, saves the cat, and then he goes again, bang, bang, shoot him up. And that was enough to change the audience. Smile like, oh, he saved the cat. This never happened. I clearly remember being told this by a film professor. And I'm still really good friends with a friend from film school, and she remembers a similar story. This didn't happen. It's not in any of the Dirty Harry movies. No idea where we got this from, but this legend just continues, and that's how I understand Save the Cat. You have to give, even if you have an anti-hero, you have to give them a reason. You have to give the audience a reason to care. I've only been on this thing for 15 minutes. I'm supposed to work up to 60 minutes. I think I can do 30 minutes today. And we will work up to See, my brain already isn't working, but I'm going to make this work. Okay. I know that he is going to need to have, that alarm clock is for me to post on social media. You're just going to have to ignore it. I'm not getting off this walking pad and potentially falling down or something. So y'all are just going to have to ignore that for a minute. What should my heroine, so I know that my heroine is going to need, she's going to need a save the cat moment. I just don't know what it needs to be. Oh, that's going to annoy me. Okay, I'm going to have to stop it. Hang on. Woo! Leave us alone. It might start again. Okay, hang on. Hang on. And go. All right. All right, my friends. So I'm going to look in my book, my page turner pacing book. Because I talked to you in here about the setup. Talk about the save the cat. I talk about you need to show empathy. And I can see how I'm going to show empathy with Talion. I'm not sure with my hero. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to show empathy with my heroine. I'm not sure. She doesn't really have any motivations. Like, his motivations are very clear. He knows that she's his fated mate. And the way that this society works is that when you're not trusted to rule without your fated mate. People trust couples. They think that that's the strongest, you're going to be your strongest when you have your person. And if you don't have your person, no one's going to trust you to rule. So the prince in the first book, he found his fated mate. She was so far away from him, and she didn't believe that she was his fated mate. This hero, who was the rebel, who was his rival, he found his fated mate at a young age, and he's an alien. He's from a Fey realm. He came to this realm, and he started to woo her even at a young age. We don't know that, but that's what happened. He's actually wooing her at the direction of adults, because the adults want to take the kingdom, and they're going to use him to do it. That's helpful information for me to know. That's why it's so helpful for me to talk this stuff out with you guys. So I appreciate you guys for being here, because it's really helpful for me to talk this stuff out. So that's his internal motivations. Right now, I don't have any for her. I need to give her a problem. I need to give her a problem before the story. I could give her like home life problems. When in the first book, she didn't have any problems. She was just a happy-go-lucky person. Everything worked out for her. I need to give her, she was always unlucky in love. And this is why she had a fated mate. But when she's a child, should we know that she's going to be unlucky in love? That could be fun. That could give him a lot of opportunity for jealousy and possessiveness, which I like a little touch of in romance novels. What else can I do? So in your setup, you introduce the character, you introduce the world, you introduce the quirkiness of this world, and then you can also save the cat. I don't have a save the cat moment for either of them yet. And remember, the save the cat moment is always about empathy. Why should I like this person? Why should I care about them? Again, the reason that you care about him is he's a deposed prince. That's interesting. How can I make them kind of mirror and match one another? And if you're giving me suggestions and I can't see it, I appreciate you. I just can't see what you're saying. What can I do? I'm not sure yet. I know what his stakes are. Again, his stakes are if he doesn't get her to believe him that she is his fated mate, he will definitely lose his place. He's already lost it, but there will be no way that he can get it back. She doesn't have any stakes yet. I really need to focus on her. I really need to figure out, like, why? Like, she's not going to be a damsel. I don't write damsels. Maybe she can be a bit of an outcast, where she is clearly the most talented violinist, but maybe somebody else's parents are like paying the boosters club or something, and she gets passed over even though she is the most talented. That's interesting. If she gets passed over, if money matters more than talent in her young life, that can be interesting. That could be very interesting, and that could be a lot of fun to do. So I need letters from him, from her. I'm thinking of having a letter from, I could have a letter, like a school letter from like the music teacher or the guidance counselor talking about how talented she is, but because I think they're going to be poor, because they're poor, like they just can't have her. Because they're poor, they can't have her as the lead violinist. Like she's not going to be able to go on the trips because they can't afford it. That could hit some wounds, because I grew up poor and I was talented. I played the violin too. But if you can't go on like trips or do things like that, that could absolutely be a deterrent. Okay, so she can be poor and she misses opportunities. So you will have the music teacher. I'm playing around with some of these letters being back in time too. So I know there's going to be a letter from the present, a letter from the two of them, a letter from the teacher, and then maybe two more letters from the two of them, because it's mostly going to be the two of them talking. And there might be like a notes. I did say that I think I'm going to have notes passed between, that's going to be her cat moment. And that's her cat moment. Danny is the cat. So her best friend is her save the cat moment. Okay. That's gonna work. I'm at 30 minutes yet. That's 7 minutes to go. Yeah, we're just doing 30 minutes. You guys, I'm gonna keep it up because I'm trying to get heroin cute. Heroin as in the character, not as in the substance. So yeah, I think it's gonna be 1, 2. So Danny letter, Danny note, and then probably 2. Okay. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Anything else? Past me, smart me, who wrote these books? Anything else I can do? No. So this is all just the introduction. Okay, so I'm gonna play with that. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I still got 6 minutes to go. Unpin stuff. So for those of you just coming on, so if you are interested, I don't know if I'm being a good representation of my nonfiction books while I'm huffing and puffing on this pad. But I did write some nonfiction books, nonfiction writing books. I wrote the Page Turner Pacing books. This is how I write a book in 21 days from start to finish. I will, if you call me a pantser, I will curse you out. But I don't sit down and like, these are all just notes that I'm scrabbling. I'm not gonna write like a formal outline or anything like that. I just scrabble stuff on the page. And that's all I need. It's just thinking, I'm constantly thinking about, well, I know what's involved in a setup when you're setting up a story. I know what's involved. Well, what am I going to choose to do about those elements, like creating the empathy, like introducing the world, like introducing the characters and the situation. So I know I have to do those things, but I'm not going to write like sentences, pretty sentences of an outline. No, I'm just going to scrabble some notes. And in television, I learned that there's just some, I can get the words out, hang on. I learned that there are some guideposts that you need. So the characters have to express a want or a need. And that's usually in some form of dialogue of them saying that they want something or that they're going to stay away from something. And then once you say out loud what it is that you want, you form a plan. You form a plan, you take a step. You take a step because this is fiction, something is going to get in your way, an obstacle. An obstacle gets in your way. It's either going to knock you down or you're going to overcome it and you're going to keep going forward. That's what happens in all kinds of fiction, in all kinds of stories. So I know that, and we all know that. We know it intrinsically. We know it inside ourselves. Like, you don't have to write that down. You don't have to write down an outline. I really feel like you just need to study story structure because you're going to keep seeing the same patterns over and over again, no matter what kind of stories you tell. I only tell love stories. I'm not interested if people are not kissing, so I only tell love stories. And so, I know that that's going to happen. And then because this is a love story, I know that there's going to be a meet cute. I know that there's going to be some kind of adhesion point in a love story. I know that there's going to be the fun and games of falling in love, and there's going to be some kind of a dark moment. So I just know that. I don't know, I haven't planned out how it's going to happen in this book. I might just deal with it when I get there. But I know that I'm going to get there, and that I'm going to have to do something along those lines. But I don't necessarily need to plan it ahead of time. So I don't care if you call me a plotter. Plot is a noun. I do care if you call me a pantser, because I don't believe in that. There's no such thing as pantsing in film, because we have to follow a specific structure. 2 minutes left. Even if this is a bad idea, I'm going to keep doing it because, again, otherwise I'm going to be sitting on the couch all day long. And this is good. I'm burning so many calories. And I don't have my Apple Watch on because I'm so smart, and I'm not going to get credit for all of these steps. It's going to be taking about 3,000 steps, and I'm not going to get any credit for it. Woo! Just 2 more minutes. Oh, but this was good. This was good. I have a direction to go for this book. I'm probably going to sit on the couch and probably write some of this, because this is all letters. This is an epistolary story. So I'm energized enough, surprisingly. I'm probably going to sit on the couch and get some of these words. I think I will. Woo! Almost there. 1 minute left. I'm ready to sit down. I'm going to do better, though. I'm so proud of myself for doing this, for getting it going, for being healthy. 28 minutes. Less than 90 seconds to go. So I'm really, again, I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you guys kind of listening to me just babble on about my plot while I walk and I get my fitness, stay healthy, and I figure out the story that I'm trying to tell. I hope that you will go and check out Parcel of Stardust, which is the Kickstarter, which is the first story. That story is written. I'm writing the second story in that world, which is another epistolary. It's a romantasy epistolary. Faye Prince knows that his fated mate is a human girl, but he can only communicate with her through letters. Whew. Parcel of Stardust is on Kickstarter. It will be coming out in probably February. And I want to have the second book, Sealed by Moonlight, ready to go shortly thereafter. So I'm going to start writing it now while it's cold outside and I'm trapped inside because I'm allergic to the cold. Are we done yet? I think I'm done. Yes? Maybe? 30, 20 seconds. I did good. I did good, right? I did good. I deserve some cheer. I did good. I've been on this thing for 30 minutes with the weighted vest, making the brains fire. I am very proud of myself. I'm gonna keep at this. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get cuter. 30 minutes. Praise baby Jesus. Guys, thank you. Now I can see what y'all were talking about. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Someone said her choices could be about survival instead of her dreams. What gets her and her family from one day to the next? I appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't think about her being poor, but I think she's going to be poor. I just knew that she played, she showed up in the first book, and I only knew that she played violin. That's all I knew about her, and that she would ride or die for her best friend, but I really was focused on her best friend, so I really appreciate that. I think that's everybody. Guys, again, thank you. I'm going to go towel off. The things that I do, friends. I'll be back here tomorrow, I promise. I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll write or you'll get your health on. But yeah, thanks again. 30 minutes on the treadmill as I plotted this story. I appreciate it, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. End now. End.